Coming up on No Pulp, it was a consequential week of college basketball. We had number 1 versus number 2 and a whole lot more.
It was a great weekend. I'm taking on a rookie in the juicer. Might be some Swiss cheese out of Andrew Della Piana in a little bit. Plus, Us and I are building out a big 3, something that AB has wanted to do for a while.
And we will be reacting to the top 16 reveal, the first bracket reveal, the top 4 seeds in all the regions, and some pretty cool final words and plays of the week. It's a 45-minute episode of No Pulp.
This guy is for real.
The number 3 team in the country, the Oregon Ducks. Such a historic start for GT that we're going to compare him to one of, if not the best running back of all time, Barry Sanders. GT on pace to match or break almost all of the numbers that he set back in 1988.
Yeah, and those Sanders numbers are better than the last running back and Derrick Henry's numbers when he won the Heisman in 2015.
Time gamble, and I think a lot of teams were afraid of that, and the interview process I believe is legitimate, right? Teams want to have a quarterback who understands the offense, who understands what it's like to be in a team atmosphere, in a professional atmosphere. I think the downsides of that are a lot. Shedeur will have to prove himself, and now a loaded, in terms of the quantity, quarterback room in Cleveland.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at it, I think Dillon Gabriel and Jalen Milroe being drafted over him, that's kind of crazy. But also, when you look at it too, 6 quarterbacks were drafted in the first round in 2024. There's going to be a drop-off in the amount that are drafted in 2025. There was just, you just didn't know if it was going to be Jackson Dart drafted in the first round or Shedeur Sanders.
He also played a Wake Forest team that, if you consider that a game, 370 yards and 2 scores. Look at him compared to the other 2 great quarterbacks in the SEC. I see a lot of passing stats. What do Garrett Nussmeier and Quinn Ewers not do that Jackson Dart does really well? Run the football.
Here's what I love about Garrett Nussmeier. And
that's the future, though.
Hear me out. Hear me out. So much talk in the offseason about Quinn Ewers, about Dart, about Jalen Milroe. No one talked about him. He had to come in and replace Jaden Daniels, okay? That's a big task to ask for. And what I love is that
it's pretty hard to replace the Heisman.
Every single game this year, he has gotten better and better. Drew Aller versus Dillon Gabriel, and how will that play out?
That gap is so wide. The gap between Drew Aller and Dillon Gabriel is
agree
massive.
with you.
Drew Aller, if he was on that Oregon team, wouldn't be the backup, he'd be the 3rd string. That's how embarrassing.
Here's my thing. I think when Penn State is at its best, they're the aggressor. They're the ones pushing the ball downfield, being creative on offense. We saw it in West Virginia game early in the year. When we didn't see it was in the Ohio State game, and that's when it caused a lot of problems.
But number 1, it looks like he'll probably be a Tennessee Titan, is the guy that's been on your radar long before he started the U. Cam Ward looks like the number 1 guy in this draft.
Yeah, of course. I mean, he's running away with it, and you're right, this is a weaker quarterback class, but when you look at Cam Ward, he's so much better than everyone else, and you talk about how my eyes were on him. I mean, the guy started at Incarnate Word down in Texas at the FCS level, went to Washington State, balled out, and then went to Miami, almost went to the draft, decided to go to Miami and put on an absolute clinic.
Losing to Vanderbilt, the rest of the whole country was also on upset alert. This was a week that completely made you fall in love with college football again because everybody was up in arms, everybody was in trouble, and almost all of them on the road. Tough places to play, and every team on that graphic had trouble. Let's get you our playoff picks. We'll start with my bracket here on No Pulp. I said from before the season started I was taking Oregon to win it all. It's hard for me to back away from that now. I'm going to go with the 1 seed. I know it's chalk, but I had the Ducks from the get-go, and I got to stick with them after an undefeated regular season. So Oregon goes all the way. I'll take a big upset in the first round. I got SMU, Rhett Lashlee and company, best season since the 80s. I think they go into a whiteout at Penn State and beat James Franklin, not a big game coach.
It's time to get into the lacrosse conversation.
Yeah,
we talked some NFL draft, which is always fun, but now it's time to talk lacrosse, Ian, and we've got a special game.
Yeah, we do. I mean, we're not Joe Spallina. I'm probably as Italian as the guy. Shout out the California Redwoods. He's the GM of that PLL team, but we're going to pretend like we're GMs of college teams. I mean, hey, it already exists at the football and basketball level. So, Skylar, if you're the GM of a lacrosse team and you're looking for the men's and women's teams in the country, who are you looking for to ignite your offense?
It's the easiest question ever, and I'm going with CJ Kirst from Cornell, who is now the NCAA's all-time leading goal scorer. He leads the country in goals. He has 20 goals in each of the last 4 games. He's been absolutely ridiculous, and he's running away with the Tewaaraton.
We're also getting word that Kansas and Iowa State is playing right now. And let's see if we can get it's 52-33 Kansas.
Wow.
Right now.
Iowa State is really
Kansas
struggling.
is rolling Iowa State right now.
I mean, Iowa State has completely fallen off a cliff. This is not the first bad loss that they've had. I mean, that offense, awful. 33 points, that is not good enough. And this Kansas team, again, we talked about all the issues that they've had. This is really, really surprising to see that much of a lopsided game, not necessarily because of how bad Iowa State has been, but because of how bad Kansas has also been recently.
Milo Momcilovic for Ohio State, I mean, he's a great basketball player. I mean, to me, that team didn't really have it to begin with. I mean, you see Texas Tech right now, Adam, maybe the hottest team in college basketball. The Big 12 is rolling. And
Is it, though?
Yeah.
I mean, those are supposed to be two of the best teams in the Big 12. Kansas just lost. And now Iowa State can't beat them.
Yeah, but if Kansas wins this team again, you're looking at a top 10 matchup right here. I mean, I like where the Big 12's heading, especially Texas Tech.